jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son, actions over words, baby boy, is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports,
What's good? First in the building. You already know what it is. Big Bunts and Boxing on deck. Shout out to L Dog in the building. WJ Luckett on deck. D Young on deck. Salute to y'all. CMD Boxing Reports. What's good? NYT. Salute to you. True Media Today, USA Boxing. Coach Malachi on deck. Salute to you. Man, hey, it's going to be hot and heavy as always. You know, we got some topics to talk about. Of course, WCS back on the boulevard, and give a big shout out to the supporters. Hold on. We about to chime in and see what $1 million worth of game has to talk about, you know, but I think I'm gonna let them play first. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna talk about some current events that's going on dealing with this news announcement. As you see right now on my thumbnail, of course, that's Terence Crawford already doing road work. He out in the sunshine and he already getting it in. You feel me? This is extremely important in light of the breaking news. In light of the breaking news, Crawford has always been in the gym, but now dude is wrapped up. I see palm trees in the background. I see sunshine. Dude is wrapped up and he's out there on the road pushing pavement, man. Like he's on a mission, Operation Night Night. For real. Like this is why a lot of people, it's, you know, them Errol Spence fanatics and pro Spence supporters who really don't want to talk about him, but they really want to be Team Crawford. They just don't want to, you know, lose that company that they've been around. But they see the hard work and dedication that's always been there. It's been evident and it's playing out. Once the news broke, you know, now you're seeing all his workouts, him on the road, him in the gym. He's letting people know, hey, I ain't afraid to put my shit out there. I'm ready. You know, he's training, look, exactly like this, an undisputed fight. That's what he's doing. He's training exactly like this, an undisputed fight. This man has already been undisputed. And he's up here training like he's never had it. He's training like he's never been undisputed, y'all. If that ain't hardcore dedication, I don't know what is. You know what I'm saying? Hold on for a second. Let me see what they're talking about right quick. Let's chime in right quick. The $1 million worth of game, and then we're gonna get back to the hot grease.
He was just out there trying to get an education on you before you came. This is the dumb shit he said on the balcony.
I said pound for pound. It fucked me up because I'm like, hold up. Yo, yeah, so if he was pound for pound, Floyd was pound for pound. You or Floyd, who would have done that? Who would have won that?
Me.
Oh shit, okay. I'm just asking.
Oh,
Floyd was pound for pound before.
That would have been a hard fucking fight though.
Man, me versus anybody. I'm gonna always say me.
Okay.
Come on now.
That's a good motherfucking answer.
Shit. Now, some things coming up. We don't know what's going on. I guess we don't know what's going on, but he's in shape, it looked like. That's all I know. So you know better.
Pause. The real. Wallow recognized right off the rip that Terence Crawford's in shape. And that's all we've been saying. That's all me and everybody else out here that's been saying, that's been paying close attention to the state of affairs, the sequence of events. Crawford's been looking like he's in shape. When, as if you gaze and you let your eyes wander to the right, and that other guy who is now the opponent, he doesn't look like he was in shape. So he has to catch up, and I don't think he can. I really don't think he can catch up right now. Let's get back to the interview.
Tell me what's going on.
From the looks of things, I know it ain't been no fight date out there. I know, they keep walking up on you. July 22nd, what the fuck is y'all talking about? I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. July, what's that? But from the looks of things, you in shape.
I'm always in shape, man. I'm always in shape.
Let me say this. Coming out of Nebraska, Omaha, right?
Right.
A lot of people want that rags to riches story. Everybody claim that. Even the suburban kids, you look back, you see their pictures, you be like, nigga, your pictures don't really fit the story that you're portraying. When you look at Bud Crawford's pictures, you like, that nigga came from the gutter.
It was real.
He came from the bottom. To be pound for pound, considered pound for pound fighter in the world. How you get here?
Man.
And let me give a big shout out to L Dog. He dropped this off to me when I was actually en route to go live. I appreciate you, bro. Appreciate y'all, because y'all already know what type of temperature is going to be. It's going to be that type of temperature from here all the way to fight day.
When I look at it like this. I'm an overachiever. You feel me? You know what I mean? My only dream and goal was to be a world champion. Everything else is extra credit. I would say coming from where I came from, living the life that I was living, being shot in the head, being given a second chance at life, to execute my dreams, that was my everything. I could have retired, in 2014 and just said, I accomplished what I was set here to do. But, God had other plans for me and, kept rising, kept, let's scratch this off. Let's go do this. Scratch that off. Let's go do this. So, I'm blessed. That's all I can say.
You and Errol Spence.
Speak on it.
This is the fight everybody's waiting on. I'm talking about everybody. Every fucking body. What's stopping it?
Nothing. That's the next fight for me and him. I'm sitting here telling you that right now. That's the next fight for me and him, and I'm gonna show the world, why Terence Crawford ain't been able to get those big marquee fights as everybody say I haven't had. I'm gonna show him why.
When people say that, because I never got that, because it's still things that I'm learning about boxing as I see it, because I'm black belt martial art. Three different
fucking pink belts. And he got it in prison.
3 different martial art departments. That's another story now. When people say, I don't be understanding when people say, you ain't fighting nobody, you ain't fighting nobody, you ain't fight. When people say that about fighters, I be trying to understand what the fuck is they talking about? Somebody got in the ring.
So Wallow's about to talk about, the body of work that's always up for discussion about Terence Crawford. And in boxing, I speak on this all the time about how boxing allows fighters to come on deck without any amateur pedigree. And then you also have those who consider future stars who's trying to make a prominent career out of it. They the ones who fight these fighters who's getting off the couch and everything early on just to get that. You know, you can go 1 through 10 with fighters that really don't have a future in the sport, but they have a license though. So this is what everybody's kind of buzzing about, that Gilly pretty much thought that Errol Spence had a better body of work. And we're not talking about boxing experts here. We're just talking about these guys giving their opinion.
And they fought him. But so they got to be equally somewhere with alignment or in the rankings to even fight him. So where the fuck do they be? What do they mean when they say that?
Man, I don't know what they mean, but I've been dealing with this my whole career. I feel like Roy Jones when he said, I just make him look like nobody. Because it's cool when other fighters fight this fighter, or, this fighter is ranked. My last fighter was ranked number 6 in the whole division. And they was mad that I fought him. I'm like, wow.
Well, come on, boy. You know why they was mad? Because they want to see you fight. Okay.
I understand that, but everything happened for a reason.
It does. But okay, when I look at Bud Crawford, right, and I look at Errol Spence, right, I say Bud is more accomplished.
Facts. Everybody know that.
3-division champion, undisputed
Here
champion.
it goes.
When I look at Errol Spence, I say Errol Spence for better competition. And I say that because PBC had better competition at 147 pounds than Top Rank. Whereas there was other divisions where Top Rank got better fighters at that weight division than PBC. But it just so happened that the welterweight division had Danny Garcia, had Sean Porter, had Keith Thurman, had Errol Spence. That's 5 fighters right there in one that's signed to one promotional company that was considered the top 5 fighters in the world at that time. Do you know, in that division, including yourself.
So I'm gonna ask you this. Why do you feel Errol fought better competition than Terence Crawford? Would you say he fought better competition overall, or would you say he fought better competition at welterweight?
At welterweight.
Okay, so, why would you say that?
Because he fought Danny Garcia. He was considered one of the top welterweights.
Time out, we're going to go.
Been a champion.
I love doing this. Okay, so who Danny Garcia beat at 47?
Talk to him, bud. Hot Grease Chronicles. He don't have nothing to say. Gilly don't have nothing to say on it.
I mean, because right now,
He was going off producer notes. Get him, bud. Operation Night Night.
Didn't he get a belt at 147?
Look at this.
What you mean?
Tyros.
He was given.
Didn't he get a belt at 147?
Who did he beat to get the
Paulie?
Malinaji?
Yes. But when he fought Sean Porter, he lost.
I thought he beat Sean Porter.
No.
Me personally.
Listen, when he fought Sean Porter, he lost.
Yes.
When he fought Keith Thurman, he lost.
Okay.
When he fought Errol, he lost.
Mm-hmm.
So who did Danny Garcia beat at the welterweight division that was worth talking about?
I gotta remember who he fought.
Come on, man.
You feel what I'm saying?
Come on, man. We being real, man. I'm giving you $1 million worth of game right now.
But at the end of the day,
Talk to him, bud.
Hold on. At the end of the day, what I'm saying is,
pick up the phone.
He was considered a top welterweight, but why?
Okay. So I have to brief my audience on something. I hope y'all don't get upset. And this is not going to be about Jerron Ennis. But people know Bud was in the building. They know this shit was going to get a lot of airplay. They already know what the codes was looking like. It wasn't the same color they were when you take them out the bag. Them shit was glowing. You know them codes is glowing and they burning, and you about to throw that motherfucking fish on there. They knew Bud was in town, man. They can see the smoke from miles away. But certain people wanted to be on that cloud. They wanted to be in that cloud with him. They said, Damn, they didn't give me an invitation to the barbecue. I ain't there yet. But I'm gonna ride this shit though.
And he fought them. They was considered the top welterweight. He was
Hold
considered the top welterweight.
Hold up. They say you didn't fight. No, I don't know. They saying T's saying you ain't fight nobody in the class.
No, he ain't beat nobody.
You ain't beat nobody in what class?
Welterweight. Ask him who you beat. What up, Danny?
He trying to say who you beat, Danny.
Ask him.
Well, I beat everybody at 140.
Thank you.
I thought I beat Thurman. I thought I beat Porter. But I didn't get the decision. You feel me?
So, hey, Danny.
So a little bit ahead of myself, they called out Danny Garcia because you know Danny Garcia, that's his stomping grounds over there. So you did hear Danny Garcia after he was asked by Bud Crawford, once he was put on the spot, of course. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to think on the fly with this shit, right? You know, Bud say, "Hey, who did you beat? Who did you beat?" He say, "You know, who did you beat?" He said, "I beat people at 140." Even though I think Crawford said Paulie Malignaggi, he fought Robert Guerrero when he initially came up there. You know what I'm saying, for the vacant, and then the rest is what it is. You know what I'm saying? He lost to Keith Thurman, he lost to Sean Porter. You know what I'm saying? Then he lost to some of the bigger names up there, bro. It's no mistaking it. He lost to the bigger names. And then he ended up losing to Errol Spence. But if indeed he would have fought Terence Bud Crawford, he would have lost to him too.
Danny.
Those are two tough decisions. You feel me?
Same thing I said.
Hold up.
I didn't win those fights, no, but I did beat a lot of good fighters, though.
There you go.
I beat a lot of great fighters.
Point made. At 47, he didn't beat the guys that y'all said to make him a threat at 47. Now at 40, he was wrecking stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean? But you can't say Errol.
Arguably, those are two fights that a lot of people thought I won.
Yeah, but you didn't get the victory. That's what we talking about.
Are you right?
But do people get robbed in boxing?
I didn't get it.
People get robbed, but listen, he didn't get the victory. That's what we talking about. So you know what I mean?
We talking about the victory. We ain't talking about what happened in the gym. We talking about the victory. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna come back to that. Because I'm not gonna make my whole live stream on that. I'm gonna get back to them though. $1 million worth of game, because I gotta turn this fish over, because you can't let fish just cook on one side and don't flip it over. You got to make sure it's thoroughly cooked. And like I told you all, the motherfucking grease is gonna be hot and bubbling all the way up to July 29th. So I'm not giving no disclaimer to y'all niggas. Don't be taking this shit personal, because y'all approached me in person about some shit that's going on between Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. And you want to cross lines. I'm telling you, I'm not showing no mercy on y'all niggas. Real talk. I don't care what y'all say to me in the DM and what you think and all that. Stop taking this shit personal, because y'all been talking shit forever and a day. Y'all been talking shit forever and a day. Now get back to the point at hand. It seemed like Bernie the Boxer is one of the most popular guys, just like Bud was. Everybody want to do an interview with Bernie boxing now. And shout out to Bernie, man. You know what I'm saying? Bernie was you know, he's making his rounds over here on YouTube. And I recently seen him on Pac-Man's panel over there. And you know, I like Bernie's energy over there. I like Bernie's energy. Bernie allowed you to know how he was feeling right off the back. It wasn't no figuring out. You know, Bernie came up and he gave the energy, because he know people are calling him up. He know the ones that rock out with Bud, and he know the ones that don't. I'm not saying Tay don't not rock out with Bud. I'm just talking about his energy that was over there. I know the ones who rock out and support Bud Crawford. I know Drew Titan. You leaving that dumbass freaking damn super chat up there. You don't mean none of it. Y'all some of the fakest niggas, man. You sit up there for none the same way. Drew sit up there knowing damn well all the shit he done said about this guy, but yeah, you want to leave a motherfucking super chat? You want to spend money on the nigga that you've been talking about, his boy? Why you want to spend money on him though, bro? I mean, because if you really don't like Bud, who he's Team Bud, why are you going to leave a super chat just to be seen? Nigga, everybody on YTC know how fake you are. Everybody. They know how you fake you are, and they know the words that you don't put out there about Bud Crawford. So why would you leave a super chat to my, oh, I know you rides with your man. No, who you ride for? Who do y'all ride for, bro? Because y'all busy worrying about the same people who've been supporting Bud before this fight was even made. Months and months and months and months ago. Y'all been supporting and talking bias ass narratives, malicious ass damn narratives, propaganda, all that shit. Y'all been saying that, all this stuff for months and months and months and months. Y'all been putting out video after video after video. The same dumbass nigga always playing monkey videos, and he's the motherfucking lead actor. Fuck the animation. Put it in real time. Nigga, show how you swing from vine to vine, nigga. You gonna sit up here and say, oh, when I seen you in Vegas, you seen it. Bro, don't nobody want to hear the lighthearted kindness, bro, the fakery. Keep the same motherfucking energy. Just because July 29th is here and it's signed, y'all niggas that support Arrow so hard, stay over that motherfucker. Don't come over here saying, well, you know, when I saw you over there. No. Let me remind you. You know how I take my mental notes right there. You know how I take my mental notes, Erica. You was up there saying that your boy, your BFF, was standing over there, and then all of a sudden it was Crawford standing, and somebody said something loud when Crawford right there, and you try to insinuate that Crawford didn't want to turn around because he had some fear or something. You remember the live I'm talking about. I may not be giving you verbatim what happened, but y'all was trying to act like y'all was over there and y'all seen Crawford and he said something. He didn't want to turn around because he saw y'all right there. What? What? And you had the audacity to leave a super chat, nigga? What's wrong with y'all? You're not going to see me leaving no super chats on none of these channels that I know that they're strictly been talking bullshit about Crawford for months upon months, man. Months upon months. Y'all been talking the same rhetoric, been making up lies about this man, been talking about some bullshit ass paperwork that y'all never can present a single piece, one sheet. You can't present shit. But you've been going on and on and on. And now since Bernie is accessible, he's been accessible to the channels that support Crawford, okay? And shout out to Bernie, man. I like the energy that you had. For real, because Bernie was on some no-nonsense shit. Get straight to the point. Nigga, I ain't got time for no damn lollygagging and all that. I don't have time for that fakery that you got going on. I don't have time for none of that. Matter of fact, I'm going to eat while I'm talking to you. I know you ride for your boy. Nigga, that's the dumbest chat of the year. Clap it up. The dumbest super chat of the year. The dumbest super chat of the year. Because who are you riding for? You know what I'm saying? Who are you riding for? That's all I'm saying. Who are you riding for, though? Because, you know, every time Deontay Wilder, when we was talking about Deontay Wilder, me and you support the same fighter, but every time you mentioned it, you had to bring race into it. Who are you riding for? You ain't riding for Bud, so why spend money on it? Y'all already making money off his name. Y'all already been making money off this man's name. Y'all know damn well y'all want to ride with Arrow so y'all can fit into the nice community, the community orders that was given. Y'all all been told who to support. That's Errol Spence. So why not support Errol Spence? Bring Blu-ray back into the picture. You know, get an interview with him. Talk about that shit. I really hope Blu-ray, gets back on the team and you know, be able to have some type of interaction. Real talk. But I don't like what I'm saying now. I don't like what I'm saying. I like Bernie the Boxer's energy. He told y'all what it was. Don't come over here with no fake ass, funky, sissy ass shit. trying to goddamn kiss my ass. No, nigga, keep the same temperature that you had before. Don't come in here trying to act like you on the team and you barely said anything about the guy. You ain't said too much about Bud Crawford for months now. For the last couple of years, y'all ain't been saying nothing good about Bud. Bud moving funny. Y'all push that motherfucking narrative. Bud moving funny. He a bad businessman. Y'all was pushing that shit. But now you want to be heard. Now that the fight is made and y'all ass kind of sketchy and all these tweets coming out about VADA testing and all this other stuff, and you see Bud out there pushing pavement and out there getting it in, now it's official. Y'all niggas goddamn frightened as hell. Y'all frightened as hell, bro. But just do me one better. Just do me one better. Stop being fake, acting like you want to sit up here and kiss motherfucking ass. You don't have to kiss his ass. Y'all been taking money from the man for months. If you was really a Bud Crawford fan, all you had to do was support him genuinely. But y'all niggas over there talking about, man, how he was bad for the sport. He a bad businessman. How he ducked Errol Spence. Well, he should go over to Al Heyman, the black man. That's all I heard. I heard you say that, Erica. He should go over there for the black man. The black man. Yeah, he should go over there to the black man. Well, he finally over there. When you always tell him to go over there, it was almost like just take whatever you give. The black man, goddamn, have a tray of dog food for you when you get over there. Show your loyalty. Get down on your knees and put your palms on the ground, and you go eat that dog food. You show your loyalty. You show your loyalty. Eat that dog food. You eat it all. They was up there talking about that slave talk, bro. It's almost like I want to send them a memo and say, we be free for quite some time now, you know it. What you doing? We've been free to walk on our own and work for ourselves. We don't have to act like that, you hear? If you didn't know, he's black too. Some of these niggas, I was like, they need to go back to the plantation ASAP. Please, somebody call up an Uber and send them back, because obviously they miss it. Obviously, some of these niggas miss it. So they need to go back. They shouldn't be out here as a free man. They're not ready. Because when you got a dumbass nigga like that playing monkey music and showing that shit all the time, this nigga's infatuated with monkeys. This is the type of nigga that want to be in the company of monkeys. He want to be in the company of the silverbacks. He want the silverbacks to try to impregnate him. With everything that's going on in his community, he wants the silverback to try to impregnate him so he can be responsible for being a part of the DNA. He's hoping as much gorilla that gets put in him, he will have that gorilla strength himself. You know what I'm saying? That's what I see. He wants that gorilla love. That's the only other thing I think about. This nigga really wants to go to the rainforest and get that gorilla love. You know what I'm saying? That gorilla love. He want to be able to give birth. He talk about monkeys so much. That nigga's infatuated. You know what I'm saying? He want to be the first to say, you know what? I thought it was going to be worse than that, but that silverback, ooh, that's a different type of strength. Ooh, God damn, I ain't know that. Ooh, I used to play it on social media a lot, but until I went to the rainforest and I went to goddamn Africa, the jungles, I got to experience it firsthand. God damn, he beat the shit out of me too, but I got what I wanted though. Man, stay your ass over there, man. Y'all niggas, stop it. Man, stop it. Don't start trying to come front and play the game. Y'all ain't finding shit out about what's going on in Bud camp. I done asked over and over again. The only people, look, the only gateway that you have to probably find out who over there you get with the apostles. You know, get with the apostles. Maybe the church door may be ajar, and you might be able to hear some sermon. You might be able to hear somebody say, hey, Bud, why don't you do one more exercise and we're going to work on this coming. There may be a little bit of info that you can run back and tell the clan. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, we walked up there to B&B. The door wasn't open. Cam and Gooch wasn't paying attention, so we snuck on up and we put our ear out there and we heard Bomac and the other train. They was giving Crawford some instructions. But see what they'll do, they'll come back to the YTC and say some shit like, yeah, we stuck up there. And I don't know, but it seemed like Bud got knocked out in sparring though. And Bomac was trying to help him off the ground. I think that's what it was. But we had to hurry up and leave because you know, Gooch and Cam came running around the building. But yeah, we think, you know, Bud got knocked out in sparring. And then all them motherfuckers start doing thumbnails. Sources said that Bud was knocked out in training. Per sources. At 2:35 p.m. he was seen being lifted and preyed upon for his recovery. But please don't leak it out to the media. Sources. I'm telling you, bro. They looking for information. What you think? You're gonna get an interview now? Look. Let me help you understand some shit that's evident. All right, that's pretty clear. That's pretty clear. Bud haven't been on none of these channels. He don't like the media, first of all. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have a sense of carefree trust to come on here on the YouTube. And I don't blame him. I said the same thing about Deontay. I said Deontay gave everybody his heart and soul and his genuine spirit, and then, you know, they just shitted on him. So what he do? He came back, he wore headphones, and he let Malik Scott talk for him. Bud just said, "Fuck it, I'm not showing up over there." Period. But they want to go to the man with the mouthpiece because they know Bernie gonna talk his shit. And Bernie, when he gets on when he gets the cylinders running, when he starts to spin the motherfucker, he start being on his shit, and he's really up there for that type of energy. And you ain't gonna get nothing out of him except, man, what the fuck they talk about? That's the dumbest shit I ever heard. Yeah, man, talking that shit. We always ready, man. That's what we do over here. You know what the fuck you think you dealing with? We ain't no damn tyros. We ain't no novice over here. Come on, we got world champions all through the gym. You gonna be on that type of energy with him. So I expect, you know, Bernie to become the most popular man on YouTube. The reason why I say that, because I don't hear none of these dudes talking about freaking Errol Spence. Let me get to these super chats because they actually gave a damn to drop me a donation. God damn it. Appreciate y'all in the chat, man. Marlon King boxing on deck with the $5 super chat in the building. Jerron Ennis need to sit down. He made Philly look crazy earlier. Yes, sir, he did. And I talked about that the other day, but I got to stay on topic with this hot grease because I need to make it a point to help people understand that what they are about to see play out over the next several weeks, don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. But shout out to Martin King Boxing. Appreciate your support. One love to you, brother. I'm going to get back to some of y'all in the chat too. Shout out to Juice Lee with the $5 super chat. It sounds like and looks like it's Cinco de Mayo in the building. You know what I'm saying? $5 everywhere. They trying to hedge they bets now. That it's got real WCS. Bud told them to pick a side. Got no mercy for the MF. No mercy. Y'all don't show no mercy to them. Don't show no mercy. You know why I'm saying that? Because this man has damn defamed this man. This man got family. This dude just don't have no ordinary family. He has a daughter that's running out her shoes, and then she goes back, put the shoe on, laces it up and everything, makes sure it fit correctly, and then still wins the race. You know what I'm saying? He has sons that wrestle, that's athletic. So obviously the DNA is running deep over there, you know, in that athleticism. And his kid's above average when it comes to that. So, you know, for him to be a father, just like some of these other guys that was out here just talking shit, they didn't give a damn about him. See, I talk about stuff with Spence with public record. I don't really get into his kids at all. I got kids. I don't do that. But these hoe ass niggas, they always talk shit. about some dealing with Crawford is personal. They call the man a slave, top ranked Tober. They talk about how he look, how black he is. You know what I'm saying? They was infatuated with talking about this nigga's aesthetics. They always talked about Crawford and how he look. But yet, it seems like they was trying to convince themselves to say that he wasn't better than Errol, because deep down inside, they know this day was going to come. Now it's here. They knew the day was going to come. They knew that Spence was out there and he'd been fucking off. They knew it. The only little argument that they had was to look at his resume and his opponents and devalue them with belligerency, with criticism, to try to act as if this man ain't did shit in boxing. But an opinion is not based off facts. So there you have it. Just motherfuckers just was given the green light to talk shit. But yet, when you look at Errol Spence, who's been in the 147-pound majority, the welterweight division majority of his career, and for him to take so long to finally get a shot at Kell Brook at the opportune time when Kell Brook was coming off an ass whooping, and he stepped in the ring that night, and part of the right side of Kell Brook's face was goddamn fragmented and falling off in the ring like a freaking puzzle. He was up there looking for pieces and shit. Let me put that back on right there. You know, that might be able to hold up. Boom. Somebody give me some motherfucking masking tape. You know what I'm saying? No, give me that electric tape, that black tape. Yeah, that shit worked better. He came up there a broken man after moving back down 2 divisions. But they give this nigga full credit for Kell Brook when he was broken. And we don't have to talk about everything else that happened after that. The easy route ruined that nigga, period. But look, I got to get to the next super chat. Shout out to Juice Lee once again for the 2020 on deck. Bud about the tears. Bud about to the tears collectors on the 29th. These dudes getting Thanos snapped. And you won't see or hear from them on the 30th. I guarantee it. Now they quietly copping pleas. Hey man, talk your shit, bro. Show no mercy. You know what I'm saying? What they say on 300? Take from them everything and give them nothing. Hey man, give them everything that they've been doing the whole time without the physical connection. We was missing 2 parts. Okay? We was missing the pen, and we was missing the contract. Then we could even add a third in there. We was missing a fair purse divide between both fighters. Finally, we got it. Finally, we got them both purse divides. Both of them have fair purses. But see, when it come down to these aerosexuals, though, they didn't want Bud to get paid. So what kind of man is them? How do they respect boxing? You didn't want the man to make a living. You just say, go over there to PBC and take what you want. Nah, nigga, we ain't trying to hear shit you got to say. Y'all that T word, man. Y'all niggas trifling, man. Y'all trifling at the end of the day. Because y'all all got together as black men and you said all this bullshit and you continue to say it over and over again and you act like you didn't give a fuck about him. But now that the fight is made, y'all almost like y'all on some homoerotic shit again. Now y'all want to get close to him because you know he don't like your ass, but you want to see what he has to say. If he can just acknowledge me. That's what it was about, right, Fanon? That was what Fanon wanted. Fanon talked so much shit. When Bud finally acknowledged him, he said, blessings to your family. Blessings to you and yours. Now, if that ain't some bald head, pumpernickel, motherfucking circumcision gone wrong, you know, I don't know what the fuck you look like, type of shit like that. Like, motherfucker, if there's anybody that needs to wear a cap, it's you. I get tired of seeing that light bulb, your head going, and you got that cup in your hand. And, you know, just like Wendy Williams, we all know what she was on when she was in that cup. We already know what she was on. But I'm just saying, y'all niggas talk so much shit about Bud forever. And then he finally responded to your ass. And you say, oh, man, blessings to you and your family. Blessings, man. Blessings. You didn't mean that shit. And then just think, all these aerosexual channels, right? Don't y'all supposed to be about him? This is the time for you all to stand up. Go to the rally point and converge on social media like y'all been doing for Bud. Now you have a fight date. Isn't that what y'all been looking for? Y'all niggas been having a fight day. If you didn't hear, hey, shout out to Shaw News. He went over there and had a damn good live today. But shout out to Juice Lee, man. Appreciate the dang super chat, my brother. Thanks for supporting the channel. Go over there. He made some damn valid points. He made some extremely valid points on how he felt about this entire, situation that's playing out, where you have people that's changing masks now. They're not changing costumes. You know what I'm saying? They still wearing the same costume, but they just putting on a different face. That's all they doing. They putting on a different face, y'all. See, the date is on deck now. No more fake news with the date. The date is on deck. The date is on deck. Where is all the motherfucking content? Where are all the videos? Where's all this? Hey, can I just get Marvelous Jarvis? Why y'all niggas ain't searching for Marvelous? Do I have to make another song? Do I have to go a cappella? Why aren't y'all talking to his sparring partner, bro? Where is he at? Y'all busy want to talk to Bernie the boxer because you know he gonna talk his shit. But he's supposed to be the op. Where is, Team Spence? Why can't y'all don't have access? It's an NDA. It's a gag order. What, y'all can't talk to nobody over there? I mean, go back to when y'all had Marvelous Jarvis on there. Get him, man. He how many of y'all niggas? He had probably like 8 or 9 interviews on here. Y'all was just making rounds with that nigga. For real. Marvelous. So let me ask you this question, Marvelous. Word has it, Marvelous, that Errol Spence had hit you in the body, Marvelous. And you say you was folded over like a lawn chair in the summertime, Marvelous. I just want to know, how did that power feel? Because rumor is that he broke your ribs. Just elaborate on that, Marvelous. I mean, you don't have to get out the car. Just crack the window. You know what I'm saying? How was that power? You say it's the hardest you ever hit. Oh, my, Marvelous. I never would have known. You saying not only is Errol a eye collector, he's a rib collector too? My, oh my. Man, get out of here with that. Get out of here. Get out of here. But I just gave y'all a little bit, suggestions, man. Because y'all looking different out here. You know what I'm saying? Y'all looking too different. Y'all supposed to be all these dudes that follow boxing all the time, and busy be trying to plot on niggas. You know what I'm saying? Busy be trying to plot on niggas, though. Why don't y'all plot to get an interview with somebody over there with L. Spence Camp? I've seen Derrick James come on a channel or two back in the day. Like I said, Marvelous Jarvis was over here. I'm saying, get Blu-ray back over here. Why don't y'all try to advocate? During this whole time that you all been talking shit about Bud, you should have been advocating for Blu-ray to get back in the camp. I think he deserved to get back in the camp. Obviously, dude he's a professional at what he does. He knows how to, work on the highest level. Y'all should have been using that time to advocate to Derrick James to get him back in. And then now y'all really would have had shit. Because I remember when y'all was up here talking, oh, Blu-ray, we're going to have him on the channel for the interview. Oh, Blu-ray, he's team Errol Spence, Blu-ray. I remember all those times y'all used to use that man's name in vain. But when he wasn't with the team no more, shit wasn't the same. It wasn't the same. Y'all just left that man out there. Y'all didn't call him up. Y'all didn't try to have him on the show. He came on here periodically here, there, but it wasn't consistent. And that's neither here nor there. That's not my concern. The only thing I'm trying to help you understand is that, the hot grease is going to continue to cook, you know, the fishy shit that's going on out here. You know what I'm saying? It's too much fishy shit that's going on the YTC. Now that the fight has been signed, y'all supposed to be taking sides. Like y'all supposed to actually be Team Spence and coming out with stuff, but y'all still over here hanging out, trying to see who you can contact and who you can get with on Team Crawford. The only thing I want you all to do is just admit to, okay, if you know Crawford gonna beat that ass, at least say it. Say, okay, you know what? In the end, in closing, everything that I'm seeing, Crawford being out here on the road already, man, he looked confident on ESPN First Take. You know, the way he was answering questions. You know, Spence looked a bit unsure of himself. You know, he said he had the jab. You know what I'm saying? He complimented Crawford, said he was great. He had great skills and stuff like that. After that assessment, I feel that somebody about to get it's about to be Operation Night Night. You know what I'm saying? That's all you have to do, brother. Just give the man his credit. Give the man his credit. You don't have to sit up here and fake the funk or none of that shit. Give the man his credit. Say, hey, man, I feel right now Crawford's gonna beat that ass. Just say, I believe Crawford gonna beat that ass. Stop playing both sides, man. Let's get back to this interview.
That devalue, you know what I mean? The
I had to call you, Danny. It came on. I said, "Oh, let me call Danny. I used to dream."
Yeah. You know what I mean? Facts. Facts.
When it's all said and done, it's about the history books.
Do your thing at 54, boy. You know we rooting for you.
You already know what time it is.
My boy, Danny.
All right, so
Okay. So who else?
Sean Porter.
Sean Porter?
Yeah.
Okay, so who Sean Porter be?
I mean, he was considered.
No.
He had a belt.
Yep.
So he was get. Listen, I'm not the one.
Don't forget to put Mikey, because that's where you know what I mean.
I'm not the one who make the
I'm
rankings.
asking you. I'm
not the nigga that make.
See, I like the energy that Crawford's giving, because this is aggressive type dude. Like, he's showing you he's an apex predator. Even when he's that close and you have $1 million worth of game, who I appreciate where they came. You know, from where they was at to where they at right now, man, I salute to those brothers. You know what I'm saying? They making they bag. But they in there with a killer. They in there with a boxing legend. They in there with a future Hall of Famer. And they in there with the fighter who's about to be 2-time undisputed. He's about to go down as the first. And Crawford's still aggressive. He still ain't letting off their neck. Because they're throwing names out there from producer notes. And they just didn't know. They say, damn, okay, Crawford be in the gym, so he ain't gonna have that much energy. So I'm just gonna throw some names out there. I don't think too much of it. He ain't gonna. No, he's still gonna treat it as if you don't put the kill switch on in the ring, and it's time for him to close out the fight. That's what type of dude he is.
The rankings. Even your man gotta agree that he like, I'm not the nigga that make the rankings. I just know when I look at the rankings as a fan, as media, I look at the rankings, I see Sean Porter number 4.
Stopped him.
I see you did.
Okay.
I see
You
Errol
saying Sean
Spence,
wasn't Sean? I thought
number
Sean
2.
was good.
I see Terence
No,
Crawford
Sean
number
definitely
1.
good.
All right.
I see Keith Thurman number 3. I don't
He
know
never
these
fought-
numbers.
he never
I don't
fought
know
Keith
these
Thurman.
numbers, but I know all of these guys was in there. When you looked at the welterweight division, they said Terence Crawford is number 1. They said Errol Spence is number 2. Then wherever you want to put the other order in, that's how them niggas was coming.
Right.
Whether it was Danny Garcia, whether it was Sean Porter, whether it was Keith Thurman, whether it was a few other motherfuckers in there too that I just ain't remembering right now. But what I'm saying is all of those guys was on PBC.
No, I understand.
But he's saying, who the fuck did they fight?
Each other.
Listen, I understand that you can say,
This episode of $1 Million Worth of Game is brought to you by
well, we got to go over there and take a risk fighting this fighter when we got 6-7 welterweights over here. We can fight them all and we can just leave him alone. Hey man, you gonna do what you gonna do. We gonna do what we gonna do over here.
You heard that, aerosexuals? You heard that, aero pundits, Spence pundits? That's exactly how it works out. In-house fights. A certain individual get paid double. Plus, It's a win-win situation. Whether belt's on the line or not, it's a win-win situation. It still stays in-house. These individuals know that, but they claim to want to talk as if Crawford, who they never gave credit for being even close to the A side, that he don't have any awareness, no knowledge, no nothing. He just shut up and box. Okay, who gonna rub my hands today? No, that's not what it was. The man was more business savvy than these cats on the social media was giving him credit for. So he had to show it to him. He wasn't going to go over there and basically capitulate the way they wanted him to do. They wanted that man just to go over there and act like he was dumbfounded. He was incompetent. It was the blind leading the blind. It didn't work out that way.
And we're going to keep all the money in the house. That's all it was. You know,
Talk to him.
Froze me out, but, you know, we here now.
Froze Bud out.
That's history. I've been making history, and I'm going to continue to make history in my next fight. Period.
So you and I will be on the phone, busting it up, chopping it up, talking about the fight. Come on, what else y'all be talking about? You don't be like, nigga, you know I'm ice you. He don't be like, I'm gonna get
Pay
you
attention.
Out of here.
Pay attention, Aero
Section.
Sections.
It's respect. You know, let's get this done, man. It's history. You know what I mean? We playing with. You know, like what we gotta do to make it work.
So y'all don't talk, they don't shoot no shit at each other on no fun shit.
Ain't no need to do all that, you know. Say that for.
I mean, it's friendly competition. It's like boxing. It's like basketball, nigga. I'm saying, let's get the deal done, yeah, man. Cause you know I fuck with you, man. We all get. I'm gonna cook the shit out.
But the crazy part about it is, you know, you don't got nobody in the way. You know, I've been dealt with getting blamed for certain fights not happening my whole career.
Yeah, they always say you fucked this shit up.
And I'm like, dang, how is it me? You know?
How's it him? He's asking y'all. The ones that have been talking all this shit about him. How is he the blame for everything? How do you put the liability? How is the liability in his lap every fucking time that a fight don't get made that y'all don't want to happen? Y'all never wanted this fight to happen. Y'all know this nigga Bud is on a different type of switch, man. But y'all keep on hyping your fighter up, knowing what he's been through, knowing his lack of dedication to stay committed to being the best fighter he could possibly get. All he wanted to do is test himself and say, well, you know, I can go in there and beat Danny Garcia and dog walk him without being 100%. Well, I do that with Bud then. Prove to yourself so you can get that same response. Go ahead, Kane. Tell him, Kane. Tell him. Go ahead. Try this shit with Bud. You see him out there on the road, right? Go ahead. If you think you can go in there at motherfucking 40% like Derrick James say, oh, he was 40%. Arrow say 60%, whatever the case was. Go in there 60% and think you can dog walk Bud if you feel comfortable.
Like I'm a fighter. I don't make the fights. I'm willing to do with the paperwork. I'm willing to fight any and everybody, you know, whenever. But when my lawyer look over some paperwork and say, you know what I mean, look at this. Have you looked over this? And I'll be like, yeah, like, you know what I mean, let's talk about this. And it ain't right, then, you know, it ain't right. But if
see, that's what they don't want to talk about. See, they kind of treat him like he can't read. See, if he wouldn't answer that question correctly, they would have did a live stream and say Bud can't read, because he had his lawyer look over it, but he never basically admitted to us, the listeners, that he looked it over. Because really deep down inside, when you dealing with a real true, I mean, homegrown aerosexual, they're not going to give this man no credit any way, shape, or form. So if he don't get the response and say he read that shit, they're going to say, you know what? That's what we're talking about. He not good for business. He moved funny. He wouldn't even read his own contract. This is a big deal. He wouldn't even read his own contract. That's how stupid this nigga is. He had to give it to his lawyer, and his lawyer probably working for Al, and he didn't even know. And, you know, because that came out before in those freaking supposedly, you know, alleged negotiations in 2022, that there was a guy on his team that he didn't even know. You know what I'm saying? He didn't even know. So I know, I remember them running with that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Just like a fat kid seeing the ice cream truck pull up. They was running. He got a lawyer on his team. He don't even know who he is. He's moving funny. Did they sign a fight yet? Give him 80-20. He deserve it. The nigga can't read.
I'm calling out these fighters and trying to get these fighters, and they say you on the wrong side of the street. That's my fault.
Facts.
People weird nowadays in boxing. It's my fault because you live in Philly, and you signed with another promotional company. We both champions. Let's fight. You want to fight me? I want to fight you. Why can't you tell your boss? I tell my boss, we want to fight. They work for us at the end of the day. Hey, go give me that fight. That's what I did.
Now in the boxing game, you know, there's a lot of fighters out there. I trained a fighter out of Philly named Jerome. No, I trained him before. You remember I had the Joan on. He hit it. I'm fucking training. They said I train now. I train coach. You know, Boo Tennis. How you feel about him?
Yeah, he nice. You know what I mean? He a little, a good fighter.
No. See, Bud Crawford said he's a good fighter. He nice, NICE. That don't mean he want to extract the end off of it and put him on ICE. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Bud was being real nice, man. He was being real nice. He's being very cordial because they're bringing their hometown fighters into the conversation, into the dialogue. They're setting themselves up. They're not setting Bud up because at the end of the day, talk is only so much value. You know what I'm saying? It's only so much value, especially when you in somebody else's backyard and they trying to boost up their fighter. So let's pay attention to what's about to happen.
I heard you say little. I'm trying to figure that out.
Well, I won't call him little, but I've been knowing him since he was in the amateurs. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, he's saying it on the
like a lot of people.
Than you.
Like a lot of people. Like, oh man, we got this fighter. He remind me of you. You know what I mean? He switched. He this. He that. You know what I mean? He's gonna be good when he turn pro. You know, man, he good.
Yeah, because you 10 plus years older than Boots.
I don't mean nothing.
I'm just saying.
No, don't do that about my youngin.
I'm just saying.
Don't do that about my youngin. About my youngin, he different.
Gilly,
different. He different.
Don't think I ain't see you. I don't see you.
Switch.
I don't think I ain't see you. Talking.
Hey, I see the strays. That's the only thing I'm gonna give you. And that's the only title I'm gonna use from here on out. I see the strays. Now, if the strays have wandered into the chat, I want y'all to do me a favor. Please do not time out the strays. We have dropped every type of dog treat, in the alleyways and on the corner and the sidewalks for them to nibble on. Let them walk. If they want to hang out, let them. I don't know who they're talking to or addressing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad about anything. I just wish y'all would come over here under your real account. You know what I'm saying? Like I do. I don't never switch up my account. If I'm in the chat, I'm dropping in the chat. But y'all come over here on the fake accounts. I don't respect that shit. I don't give a fuck who you are. You're not coming over here to talk your shit on your real account because I unblock damn near everybody. Come over here under your real account. Don't come over here talking shit. If you are over here talking and making comments, listen. Come in on your own account because some of you niggas I never seen as long as I've been over here, man. Shout out to Miss Bitch, man. I seen you over I think on B-Max. You're the same person. Shout out to you. Salute to you. Appreciate you pulling up.
Crawford after his fights and stuff.
Right.
Hey, I'm laughing like, yeah.
No, because at the end of the day, I think that my youngin is putting enough work now to deserve a big fight, and that's how you get the big fights.
What number is Boots right now?
Number one. Fuck you mean, rank number one.
Damn, so what's going on then? So after this go down, he
might be on the wrong side of the street all of a sudden.
Shit.
Don't tell me you're on the wrong side of the street.
Young to be on the wrong side of the street.
We ain't never heard that.
Oh, so you and Boots get.
But they put you on the wrong side of the street. They might put him on the wrong side of the street.
No, I ain't.
But if he on the wrong side of the street, that means you saying it.
Who? I ain't never said that.
Oh, all right. So don't put my youngin on the wrong side.
All right. Listen. Let me tell.
See, he definitely, and Gilly them need to definitely break that shit down, because what will happen is that, you know, the aerosexuals, it's not like they have a huge quantity of wax build up when they hear shit. It's just the fact that they have this little situation going on here called selective interpretation, and they hear what they want to hear. So they'll take that shit and say, oh man, Bud said on $1 million worth of game that Boots was on the wrong side of the street. See, he ducking again. They use this shit over and over again, man. It's become worn out, tired, childish. You know what I'm saying? So it's good that Bud clarified that. I never said no wrong side of the street. I never said that shit.
Tell you this, and we gonna put this right here.
I like it. What else say? Nigga move his ass cheeks to the seat.
He went to say some shit.
What else say on the last time?
Let me tell you this. Everybody, you know, they say Boost this, they say Boost that, but you know, they say Virgil Ortiz this and Virgil Ortiz that. But Virgil was my mandatory, and he gave his spot up, you know, for Sean Porter, I believe. And then after
why he give his spot up?
You asked him.
No, he might have been giving some side money, man.
Never. I ain't never paid nobody no step.
No, not you. The promotional company might say, man, we need to go ahead.
Heterosexuals, he said he never. So he rejected the little smooth, you know, insertion in there that people can run with. You know what I'm saying? With all these new names that's being presented to Crawford right there, you know, in a slick, little oily type of way. You know what I'm saying? But the hot grease, man. And no, that's not going down. Crawford is very attentive. You know what I'm saying? He's in shape, so his mind good. You know what I'm saying? He's not going through those phases where he's trying to lose motherfucking 80 pounds in 60 days. You know what I'm saying? So he's catching all this shit, just like he's going to be catching those punches from Errol Spence and goddamn catch and shoot. And then we're going to get that stoppage.
Never. So, and then tell me this. Then Boots.
Nigga, you not about to say Boots walked away from nothing.
You better check the history.
Don't you say it. Don't you do that.
Call Bozy. You know he like to talk. You know Bozy like to talk. Say
we train together. Me and Bozy train together.
Say why y'all go to the IBF? Why y'all go to IBF route and not the WBO?
Good question, champ. Good question. Why did he go the IBF route? Because I remember once upon a time when the year 2022 was just ushered in, you know what I'm saying, off the back porch of 21, and Tim Smith was in there basically explaining to the aerosexuals that they didn't have the money, they didn't want to give no offer. What were the aerosexuals doing? They was up here trying to throw Boots in there. And Crawford had just got off a fight after stopping Sean Porter, and they're like, oh man, Crawford ain't doing shit. Put Boots in there. He can fight Boots. And that's when all I seen was motherfucker jerking him off, man. Goddamn, every channel you turned on, Aerosex was over there. Oh man, I got the Jergens, and I got this new liquid that lasts for a long time. Don't dry up as much, man. But yeah, we got to get Boots in the ring. Real quick. And Crawford ain't doing that. Crawford had just stepped out from getting a stoppage. And here it is, January. And these niggas up here trying to put Boots up in there, knowing damn well Boots did not want to smoke with Crawford. He did not. What Crawford say? Call Bozy up, call his pops up, and he'll tell you.
We're going to get to the bottom of this.
Ooh, don't tell me my nigga Boots turn. Don't tell me Neff turn no smoke down. He is not turning down no smoke from nobody.
I mean, that's what Gilly them supposed to say. That's their hometown fighter. And shout out to Team Menace, man. I don't have, no problem with them, no disrespect at all. But this is media. I'm just telling the way it is, like I always said. You know what I'm saying? If everybody's subjected to criticism, period. You know what I'm saying? But let's keep it a hundo, bro. You know what I'm saying? You went the IBF route. You did not stay hunkered down in that WBO highway. No, you pulled over to the Mercy lane, and you got them call the tow truck and say, "Hey, man, my shit broke down, but I'm calling the dang IBF Uber right now, and I'll worry about this later."
They said I trained him.
Y'all see me training.
Come on, man. Tell
Answer
him
that phone.
I want to see what's his reaction and what's his answer to that. Why you didn't stay in the WBO? You could have had the title shot. It could have been Crawford versus Enos instead of Crawford versus Avanesian.
You heard what he just said? He said it could have been Crawford versus Ennis. Crawford versus Ennis. He said, call up his pops. He said, why did he stay over in the WBO? It could have been Crawford versus Ennis, because we all know what the aerosexuals have been talking about. They was trying to say, well, why you didn't fight Ennis? You ducked Ennis. You didn't want to smoke with Ennis. Crawford just said, I could have just left Avanesian over there to fight for the EBU. And guess what, Boots? I could have fought you.
Damn.
It could have been Crawford and what?
That didn't come across my desk.
It didn't?
No, I was training. I don't remember.
You was
See, I be
training?
in the gym, so I don't be in the lawyer.
Training for that.
That's some lawyer. See, that's some lawyer. That's some lawyer shit he told me.
Oh,
That's our lawyers. We ain't got nothing to do with that. That's our lawyers. You know what I mean? Our lawyers seen the paperwork. This shit wasn't right.
Yeah, you did what
So
they
I said,
sent
"Boo,
over
stand
wasn't
there."
right. They sent over my young boy wasn't right.
Yeah,
Just
that
like what
paper-
they sent over to you wasn't right.
I know how it go.
Fuck, they gonna offer my young boy 100,000 to fight
Yeah,
Terence Crawford.
I
Like,
know.
fuck out of here.
Right.
They try to offer me
Right.
50. I seen the paperwork.
Man, they try to offer him 20, man. I seen it too.
Oh man.
Shit, you're not gonna put that out there, man.
So he
Damn,
said,
man, I can't believe they not answering right now. This is crazy.
Man, that's crazy.
And Virgil Ortiz, he
Man, listen,
ducked
man,
you.
fighters, I don't really consider. I'm not
Let me
gonna
try
go
to get
up
to
here
when
and
Boots
say
called in.
fighters.
fight before.
It's like, man,
100,000 to fight. Oh, but you, man, you like that? Then he fought Errol Spence. Errol Spence broke his other fucking eye socket. So you fought a
He
nigga,
got him
but I
He ain't
can't.
had no eyes. He was blind. You fought a blind man. That's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong. He fought a motherfucker that was blind.
Yeah,
His socket was
and then,
wrong.
you know what's so crazy? He walked right into the punch too. Then he flew out the
Oh, so
fucking.
he caught a dude after the fact.
Yeah, nah, I give him Sean Porter. I'm not giving you
I don't know
Kell
nothing
Brook.
about him. I'm
Because
just
Errol fought Kell Brook.
Gilly. You say you giving him something? Okay, like I explained the other night, Gilly, because I know y'all doing y'all thing over there. I understand you interviewing. That doesn't mean you know more about boxing than I do. Yeah, that's just a fact. Let's understand one thing. If Kell Brook was on a 3-fight win streak at 154, and he dropped down one division since fighting Errol Spence, since that fateful day that y'all love to talk about, why wouldn't you give him credit if he had 3 wins? Because when he had 9 months to recover and get healthy and get back into training, all the fight is mandatory. The man wasn't 100%. But instead of him getting off his belt and being out of a paycheck, he went in there and fought. I don't want to hear all the if you break a orbital bone, it becomes stronger when it heals. No, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about, you just said you would give him Sean Porter, but not Kell Brook. So if you're not gonna give Terence Crawford Kell Brook, you can't give Errol Spence Kell Brook. You know why? Because you're talking about giving Terence Crawford leftovers from Kell Brook anyway. Sean Porter just happened to be in the rankings because he's a corporate guy. He's a company man, and he's a good fighter. But Kell Brook took Sean Porter's belt. I was hoping you all mentioned that. So if Kell Brook is the man who beat Sean Porter, right? And then Errol Spence beat Kell Brook, and then Sean Porter, who was beat by Kell Brook, who fought Errol Spence, and then turns back around. Sean Porter fights Danny Garcia for the vacant WBC and comes back to fight Errol Spence, who beat the man. Errol Spence beat Kell Brook, who beat Shawn Porter. So Shawn Porter's now coming to fight Errol Spence for the first time as a professional. Being that he already came up short against Kell Brook for another title, the IBF title. Now he's coming back for a second title to try to defend it against Errol Spence. So therefore, what I'm telling you is that Shawn Porter wasn't undefeated when he stepped in there with Errol Spence. He wasn't undefeated. He was not undefeated. He was not undefeated, just like Kell Brook wasn't undefeated. So that's two of your biggest wins that people love to talk about outside of the lightweight that moved up in Mikey Garcia. I'm just saying, I know it's old news. I know people heard that shit before, but it's some new people that'll drop in. The aerosexuals may not mention information and underline it like that because they don't want you to know it. They want you to be misinformed.
Early in the game.
Wallow.
Go ahead, explain.
Let's beat them within.
No. You know, what's something with that? Blue Blood Sports had called me. The dude Blue Blood called me. This what happened. He had called me. When he had called me, he said, Bo. I said, what's up, Blue? He's talking about your phone. He said, I'll get that fight with Terence and Boots. I said, well, make it happen, man. I said, but you got to go to Espinosa sometime, because that's what I deal with. He said, oh. Then he said, well, let me talk to my guys. Matter of fact, I want you to talk to what's his name, the BLK for the top guy, whoever he is.
Are we on the same timeline? I think he's talking about that bogus ass shit that was going on. Like they was gonna really try to make the fight, with Crawford. Is that around the time before or after he fought David Avanesian?
Him and Zab Judah, all of them was on the phone. So we talking, and they said they was gonna make it happen. So they said he was gonna call Espinosa. Espinosa said they talked to him. He talked to him and everything, and they said they was gonna get back to him, but never got back to Espinosa. So when they put that stuff up, we don't even feed to that stuff when they put that shit up there. You know what I mean? But I knew what I said. Then I told Blue Bud, y'all can make it happen. Let's make it happen.
Okay, so first and foremost, we did talk to Espinosa. So whoever said that is cap. Is cap.
Oh, well, that's what Espinosa told me.
And I told Wallow. And I told Gilly, I said, if Boots wanted to fight Terence Crawford, call Bozy and Boots and ask them why they took the IBF route instead of staying with the WBO when they could have been my mandatory.
No. We never was your mandatory.
You could have been my mandatory.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda. I trained that boy. He ain't ducking nothing. He ain't ducking nothing.
Listen close. We've been asked to fight you a long time ago.
But what I'm saying is, why did y'all leave?
So they been asked for the smoke, though, team.
Follow them already know.
They know, because I trained him.
Asked for all the top guys, because we was ranked right up there. So you could have picked us. You ain't had to pick Avanesian or Avanesian, Loki, or whatever.
See, you don't even know his name. He was in Mexico. Bozy, send that shot at him, Bozy. Send that little shot at him.
You could have picked us, brother. You could have picked us. You ain't have to pick him.
Hey, look.
Yo, you my man. Listen, it's all about business, man.
Definitely.
You my man. But we wanted to fight y'all a long time ago.
Why? If y'all want to fight me a long time ago, why I'm just now hearing about this?
You remember when you came to Boost fight, and my man came with you to it. That's the fight he wanted to see.
He said that's the fight in the future he want to see. He didn't say y'all was calling me out.
He said, listen, and then I said, yeah, that's the fight we want. You was right
there.
Yeah,
in the future. But y'all didn't say we want you right now. Y'all could have easily, I'm right in front of y'all. Y'all could have easily said, hey, we want to fight you next, nigga.
Guess what?
We gonna beat you.
Hey, did you hear what Crawford said? He said, we want you. You could have said, we want you next, nigga. You know what I'm saying? They up there just damn sending smoke signals up in the air. Talking about, yeah, we've been wanting to fight you. Just not right now in the future. In the future don't mean now. You know what I'm saying? That means somewhere up the road. It doesn't mean right here, right now. Make the fight.
Your ass.
Huh? You probably wouldn't even took the fight right there at that time.
Probably not. I had bigger fish to fry on the table.
That's real.
I probably would if you would have touched my pride. I probably would have been like, let me fuck this
Well, touch this
nigga.
nigga pride right there, Boozy.
Yeah, that's right.
Fuck you,
Let's
too,
get it.
Yo, we don't even talk like that.
No, we playing, dog. You know we playing, OG.
Everybody said the only way Terence will fight Boots. That's what they were saying. If Boots called Terence a pussy or a motherfucker, I said we don't even talk like that.
Right.
That's right. We don't.
Smiling now, Terence. So that means you must have said that.
No, I ain't never said that, but shit,
Oh, okay.
I don't take disrespect lightly. That's just me.
Yeah, but we don't talk like that, though.
Yeah.
You come from the martial arts background.
Man, shut the fuck up.
You know what I mean, Boozy?
That's
That's
right.
right.
Talking about we come
We
from
come
the
from
martial
martial
arts
arts. We
background.
got respect. Let him know. That's right. We got respect. We ain't with that shit. Tell him I'm a part of the training crew. Tell Terrence I train Boots too. He got me fucked up. He told me I don't train him.
Hey man, why you pointing at me?
See, now he won't fight me.
Now he pointing. He telling.
No,
He
listen.
telling on me.
Ho. Hey, Bozy.
He telling on me.
Hey, Bozy. Tell him I put him in the Cobra Clutch and break his leg. He won't be able to fight. Don't listen. Tell him.
The Cobra Crush.
Yeah,
But Bones, we just wanted to hit you up, man.
I said we don't even talk like that.
Right.
You call Terence a pussy or a motherfucker. I said we.
And my mom was like, yeah, yo.
skill when you do. Work might look like it's small, but there's 8 billion people.
All you need is to make sure that you.
I didn't want to go too much longer with that because pretty much I played that on live before, and I'm not trying to pay extensively their audio, but I just wanted to get, the information out there for people to hear, you know what I'm saying, so we can get some clarification. Because if you stay within the YTC bubble, your sense of understanding of how all this played out over time will absolutely have you feeling some type of way when it comes to mental health. You know what I'm saying? You will be psychologically dilapidated. You know what I'm saying? People will look at you as a degenerate. You feel me? Because they're gonna know, like the real ones that listen to all these channels to be feeding you false information. They're gonna look at you like, man, what are you talking about? What is this? Who you been listening to? It seems like you've been just on one channel. You know, a lot of these people are not content creators. So when you hear them talk, they're just listeners. They're just there for the group. It's almost like some of these kids was orphans when they was growing up, and they never really had a group of friends. So that group of friends now in their 30s, 40s, 50s are on YTC. And they just wait till they just can't wait till they get home from work, right? And they just want to play around. And they never really had that enjoyment back then. So when they get around, they play around in the chat and talk shit about people. That's when they pick up the bad habits. That's when they have that poor leadership. You know what I'm saying? People that they look up to have never been leaders in life themselves. So be very careful about the information you hearing out here. The lies is going on with Terence Crawford. And truth be told, right, we shouldn't even be talking about the bullshit that happened back then, because it's over. I mean, real talk. I mean, the fight is signed. The fight is signed. Start have debates on the predictions on what you think. I just feel like you all have abandoned Spence, especially after he came out on his girl's podcast On the Rocks. And some of you all felt slighted. You felt like he didn't really call you up and give you the opportunity to have him on your show. So it's a disconnect there. I understand when you're trying to live vicariously through a man and he's just not showing you that bromance that you want. I feel you. You feel some type of way. I get it. I see a lot of that shit going on. Like a lot of you niggas really want to, Spence just to acknowledge your channel. I get it. Like if you was to show up to fights, I know some cats out here that use the plug. When they were showing up to fights, when the old Spence was on deck. You know what I'm saying? I get it, man. I have plugs too. I don't use them though. You know what I'm saying? I don't use them, but I understand where you at with it. But I wasn't trying to make this live about Boots. This live was pretty much about, Bernie the Boxing and Team Crawford. And then I hope the Apostles is able to get some exclusive footage doing this fight camp, since they pretty much grew up, over there in Omaha. That's their stomping grounds. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully they're able to get some freaking, exclusive footage over there. So the Apostles, pay attention now. You're gonna have a lot of freaking relatives that you didn't know you had. Now they're gonna come over there. Hey, cousin. They see Apostle. They spell cousin C-U-Z-N. Okay, it's not the cousin where they're inviting you over for the holidays. Hey, what's up, cousin? Yeah, we family, cousin. Hey, I just wanted to know, kid, I hear you be up in B&B, right? If you do me a little favor, man, just this one favor, just look out for a brother. What I want you to do is, the only way you can just get me close enough, just get me a shot of Crawford training, or could you just do a video and just plug me in right quick and get the champ to give me a shout out? That's all I want, dog. That's all. Come on, brother. I'll look out for you. So you're going to get some family members that you didn't know you had on this YTC. Now that the fight is signed and they know y'all locked in over there in Omaha, bro, them cats going to be hitting y'all. They're going to be playing nice. They're going to be dropping you them damn cash apps. They're going to say, man, finally, a channel that can cover my favorite fighter the way I always wanted to be. Kudos to y'all. Oh my God, man. Thumbs up, guys. I love you. I love what you're doing. I love your work. Hey, man, just keep it up. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get them type of dudes, man. Let me get to the motherfucking chat, man. I got some of everybody in here. I really can't get to everybody. You know what I'm saying? How long you had your account? I seen you nowhere. You gotta understand. There's some strays that's gonna be over here now. It's gonna be some strays over here. Don't get mad at them. Let them breathe. Miss BITCA said Bud will run circles on EJ. Watch, man. We're gonna put them on the clock though. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna put them on the clock. When that bell ring, he got 3 minutes per round and as long as it lasts. To make something out of it. You know what I'm saying? Yes, Errol Spence has been seen, and his critique and his film study will absolutely say that he's a one-dimensional fighter. But when you're talking about aerosexual, they think he's the most prolific, Miss Bitch, prolific fighter that's ever graced the square in the welterweight division. He is the most prolific. Don't you even think about saying anything else. You know what I'm saying? He got better footwork than Lomachenko. You know what I'm saying? Better defense than Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker. You know, they go back to Hassan Hamed, man. Like when he used to, dance around. They say, okay, he can hit you with all angles from different angles. He can come out of nowhere. I mean, come on. He quicker than goddamn Roy Jones. You know what I'm saying? They give him all the dynamics. All the dynamics, man. You'd be better off bravado than I do friendly bets. Hey, it's going to be a lot of money passed around. Y'all make y'all bets, man. Y'all know who to put it on. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Showtime, man. Damn good cook. You know what I'm saying? Damn good cook earlier. Very, very good cook, man. Very good cook earlier. You know what I'm saying? That's how you prepare a meal and serve that bitch. You know what I'm saying? That's how you serve it. You know what I'm saying? With the steam coming up and everything, you serve it. And you don't, hey, Showtime, you don't serve the meal with no utensils, goddammit. We being petty. You know what I'm saying? You serve them hot grits with no utensils. They say, excuse me, how you got 2 hands, don't you? Eat them motherfuckers. Shit. This is goddamn Operation Night Night. For real. We're not playing. We're not playing, man. For real. We're not playing. Let's talk about this though. I want to talk about this, right? So, with this fight being one of the biggest fights that's on the horizon, Victor Conte came out and he was talking about, the VADA testing, and he was pretty much adding Errol Spence to say, hey, Terence Crawford agreed to it, and so forth. He's pretty much trying to get a response for Errol so both of them can be in the testing pool. Another came out. He said, in my opinion, the muzzle placed on VADA testing by Premier Boxing for Errol Spence and Terence Crawford is wrong. Transparency is needed. Bud is my guy. Tested last week. You see tested last week in parentheses. Tested last week. I respect Errol and believe both are clean. For the record, that would be 8+ weeks of stringent testing before that 729 fight. We want that happen. And I salute Victor Conte for pretty much, speaking on this right here. I salute him for trying to have a clean fight. We want a clean fight. We don't want fighters. Hold on for a second. We don't want fighters taking shortcuts. Hold on for a second. Yeah, we don't want fighters taking shortcuts to do whatever they got to do. You know what I'm saying? Like cutting weight. We want them to be tested just like Floyd Mayweather. Don't say I'm hating. Floyd Mayweather demanded this of Manny Pacquiao, and Manny Pacquiao was hesitant. You know what I'm saying? He really didn't want to enter that, that testing pool to make sure he's a clean fighter. Now, years later, we in the same predicament. Terence Crawford taking the lead on situations that really truly matter, and that is making sure that he's tested, that he's showing the people that he's a clean fighter. Forget the bullshit that's been talked about for contracts. Why don't y'all do a live stream on this freaking VADA testing? Why don't y'all speak on it? Do some live streams on this VADA. Don't be silent. Don't be saying, oh man, you know what, I don't want to get into that. That ain't me. No, if you get in someone's personal life, this is strictly about boxing, right? So testing and being a clean fighter is about boxing. So you should speak on it. You should make it damn clear that you want both fighters to be clean so it can be a fair fight. You don't want nobody juiced up and then trying to have an advantage and still get knocked the fuck out. That's embarrassing, dog. That's just like TJ Dillashaw when he stepped in to face Henry Cejudo. You know what I'm saying? He dropped down the flyweight division. He got knocked out in the first round. He was on EPO and he lost his title. Come on, bro. Come on. Errol has 3 titles. Get stopped. And they find out that's not cool, man. I'm just saying. So shout out to Victor Conte, man, for making a good point. Shout out to Victor Conte. Say them some Bud Crawford closet creeps. They know Bud Crawford can fight. Hey, man, you already know what it is. They're never going to give that man credit until he steps in the ring. But even then, when the results are what they are, I guarantee you they're going to come back to like, well, I'm not using this as an excuse, but he did have issues going on that I didn't want to talk about per the sources. What was that? What did the sources tell you? Well, the same eye that was hurt before, he started having problems with it because him and Anthony Joshua was in the 9th round of sparring, and Anthony Joshua hit him with that right hand. And man, come on, get the fuck out of here, bro. You better off saying Ryan Garcia. How can you blame Bud when the whole network has all the cards and power? Make it make sense. Hey, that's what biasness is. That's what prejudice is. You know what I'm saying? You have a whole community discriminating against a fighter before the date was called. It was all good yesterday. You know what I'm saying? No date, no nothing. We can put out the fake news all we want and just talk our shit. Okay, cool. But now that the date is here, the attention, you know what I'm saying? The interest is not being forecasted the way you would think. You would think more people would be active, but they aren't. Shout out to Haynes on deck. You know what I'm saying? Haynes Legacy, shout out with the $2 super chat, my brother. Much appreciated. Shout out to you and your fam. Hopefully everybody's gonna enjoy. And that goes to everybody in the chat, man. Hopefully y'all gonna enjoy tomorrow. I know y'all gonna be cooking out. I know y'all gonna be enjoying that barbecue, you know. And some of y'all that's deep down in the country, I know y'all gonna be eating that pork. Y'all gonna have a whole pig that y'all cook. You know what I'm saying? Potato salad. We don't do no raisins in this bitch down. You know, I know y'all gonna have a good time, but shout out to Haynes Legacy. Them dudes aren't ignorant. Pro-black was a scam. Sign the contract. Bud too sharp. Them aerosexuals are hurting, looking for answers for new marching orders. Man, like when you don't have a leader, you just have everybody who just talk to each other. And then all of a sudden somebody might say, oh man, this is a good idea. And then everybody say, oh yeah, go with that. That's pretty much what's going on right now. You don't see them throwing them thumbnails about Spence. Why? This is what y'all been asking for. Y'all been saying that Bud been ducking. And he didn't want to sign the contract. The only ones that's standing up and marching is goddamn, you know, the Crawford supporters, man. Why is that? Why? Why are we the only ones out here putting them heels to the ground and marching forward in formation, goddammit? We headed to the freaking line of departure. It's getting about that time, July 29th. That's where we headed, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be hot grease from here on out, whether you like it or not. It's going to be more information. It's going to be more freaking pictures that's coming out with Bud out here training. You know what I'm saying? We know we're going to scoop them up. Shout out to the ones who dropped the info behind the scene, you know, Big Blunts and Boxing. And L-Dog dropped me that premiere today. Appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? He said Marty loved criticizing how Bud does business, but now he wants to take credit for Bud locking in the highest paydays for not only him and Spence. Hey, Andrew. Hey, me and Marty cool, man. But I will say this. You can't take credit for that. You can't take credit for Jack. Nothing, dog. You know what I'm saying? And that's my guy. I don't have no problem with Marty. We already had this conversation, me and him. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I had this conversation with him. You know, when majority of your videos are what they are. He say he's not a Bud hater, though. He says he's not a Bud hater. But he gets no credit for Bud doing anything with the highest payday. Zero, bro. Nobody on the YTC gets credit for something they didn't have nothing to do with. He ain't fighting Boots Ennis. He wouldn't get this payday with Boots Ennis. He has himself to thank, him and his team, bro. You know what I'm saying? W says, how Triple G get to break an eyeball and Spence get immediate recognition for beating a healthy boxer? Drop the mic. You know what I'm saying? Spence had a healthy boxer, man, on a 3-fight win streak. And then, you know, they say, hey, I give you credit for Sean Porter. I won't give you credit for Kell Brook. Come on, man. That's when they reach outside to producer notes and they're trying to freestyle it. And you understand the depth of their actual boxing knowledge. It's still in work. It's in construction, as they call it. For real. It's still in construction. It's still in construction, bro. Because you just can't say you ain't gonna give him Kell Brook. And Kell Brook was coming off freaking 3 fights at one division at super welterweight, 3 straight wins. Come on, you got to give him credit. What's version not going on right now? Boots need to fight that guy or Mean Machine. Let's see how he handles and get his jaw checked. Ortiz tough it out. Can Boots? Yes, sir. I feel you on that. That's a good point right there. He did. That's one thing I like about Virgil Ortiz. He has faced adversity. You know what I'm saying? He's faced adversity against some top guys. But we do need to either see Boots or Ortiz or Boots stepping out with one of those top guys, man. You know, I mean, we don't need no Korean Chudikin performances no more. That's real talk. Tony Boswell, salute to you, Tony. But I have to attend to. I received a phone call I have to attend to from a network down here. I appreciate everyone for pulling up, real talk. But I definitely have to take this phone call. And let me see. Hey, appreciate y'all pulling up. It's gonna continue to be, the Hot Grease Chronicles. Be sure to check out Showtime. He did a damn good cook session. That's the way it's gonna be, man. That's the way it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? He had a damn good cook session before I came on. You know what I'm saying? D-Ray Promotion, I see you. Jones on deck. Tony Boswell, much respect at World Combat Sports in the chat. Stop in to show support. Appreciate you, Tony. Big shout out to everybody and their families, man. Be safe out there. And of course, you know what I'm saying? Big shout out to Team Tucker, man. Team Tucker on deck July 1st, top ranked boxing. He's going in there for his 11th. Recognize greatness when you see it before they even get to the chip. You know what I'm saying? It's in progress right now. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Jahi Tucker, man. Continue to do your thing. Shout out to Molly. You know what I'm saying? Be sure you tuned in to him before he even turned professional. You feel me? But big shout out to the chat. Y'all hold it down. I'm out.